Good afternoon, evening, or night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to what promises to be a fantastic game here in Webster Gym, not Calgard, for this Trinity volleyball matchup here on the Trinity Tiger Network. Not between a Trinity team and an opponent, though, between two neutral teams, the College of St. Benedict coming out of St. Joseph, playing up against a familiar opponent here in San Antonio, the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs, coming out of Seguin. Welcome, everybody. My name is Caleb Reed. It is a pleasure to be on this broadcast with you here this evening. First of hopefully many this year, covering all kinds of sports. Hopefully everybody had a great summer, but now it is finally time to be getting back into sporting action. You got to see some of it earlier this afternoon. We've got games currently going on, both for soccer as well as another volleyball game going on over in Calgard. And so a lot of action for Trinity going on, not just tonight, but also over the weekend and for the rest of the school year. This is going to be a fantastic year for Trinity Athletics, and it is so exciting to finally be getting it started off here between these two wonderful teams. St. Benedict comes into this one coming off of a 2023 season where they had a 17-10 record. 9-2 in conference, though. They really picked it up after a kind of rougher non-conference schedule. Meanwhile, for TLU, they come in after a 20-8 season last year, a 10-4 conference record. And a team that really challenged Trinity at the top of the SCAC. St. Benedict comes into this one with perhaps a little bit of questions, a few question marks on their team after losing quite a few players from last season. The biggest one, of course, to highlight, Emma Guest no longer on this year's team. And she was huge, led the team in so many categories, particularly offensively, as well as in the serving. But the TLU Bulldogs are not without a big loss, as well as Denise Morig was a huge loss for this team. And so that's kind of what these opening season tournaments, these opening season games are all about, just trying to get used to a brand new team essentially and figure out what the dynamic is going to be whenever you get into the later part of the season with conference. Both teams wearing white in this one, TLU with the gold numbers, St. Benedict with the red. St. Benedict farthest from the camera, TLU closest. And so looking at the starters here for TLU, going to go number by number here. Nadia Dunn. And coming in, Faith Coldaway as well. You saw her wearing the black libero. Serving at the moment is going to be Siobhan Respondic, back just below the camera there. And we are underway in this one, taken in by St. Benedict. Put up and pass. Good block there by St. Benedict. It is up, going over. Great job there by Coldaway. The pass over there by Respondic. And that is going to be the first point of the day for St. Benedict. Believe that was Emma Flanders in there, the freshman out of Painesville, Minnesota. A great hit over there by Dunn, and Dunn is going to get the kill to tie this one up. And so the game already tied here. Ridley Kelly going to be serving here for TLU. This just went over and able to be taken in by Callie Jones. Great block there. And that one gonna be just out off the hand of Mackenzie Novchinski. Novchinski, the junior now. And the biggest blocking threats on this team, led the team in terms of blocks, solos, assists, and totals last season. Great job there by Kelly, able to keep it up. And that one gonna be just out. And so TOU gonna make this a 3-1 lead now. TOU represented as the home team on the scoreboard. Taken in there by Kaylee Hoppert. Great block there. It was Flanders in that area. And sent right back over. And gonna be out of bounds there. That one off the hands of Briley Ned, the senior out of Sealy, Texas. And serving is Spoladoro, as this one is all tied up at 3-3. Spoladoro again going to be serving. And that one going to be out of bounds, as off goes Coldaway, holding, I believe, her mouth. I think that the ball might have gotten a piece of her there. And so we're going to take a quick little break here while Coldaway gets attended to, and we're going to be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to Webster Gym. Coldaway got tended to, and now we're back in action. This one off the net and off the ground. It was a valiant dive there by Rochelle Guerrera out of Brownsville, but just unable to keep it up in time. And Cortland has gone on a pretty big 4-point run here in the first set. So over in a great block there. That one sent right back down by Emma Flanders. One going to also be a St. Benedict point, so this has turned into a 6-point run. Is that in? Yes, it is. And so TOU finally breaks the 6-point streak. And now coming into the game is going to be Andy Lozano Lamelli, a freshman out of Brownsville. Serving it away is Victoria Powell. And just out of bounds. And so after giving up 6 straight, St. Thomas has come back to score 2 straight. This one taken in by Jones, sent over and right back. That was, I believe, Novchinski, the one who was able to send that one down. Flanders going to be serving. And this one is just a little bit too far. Flanders going to come out, and in comes Sophia Morkin. And now serving is going to be Julia Chu of TLU. This one taken in by Hoppert. A huge hit there. Good block, able to stay up and sent right back over. Very heads-up play. Great dig there. Able to send that one over. But that one finally going to come to an end, but a fantastic defensive play there. Victoria Powell moving over and able to keep it up. And so a great defensive play there by Burns and able to get it up and in. So St. Benedict taking a 4-point lead now as this game has just continued to go back and forth. Currently serving is going to be Libby Burns. That one off of the hands of one of the St. Benedict players. As you have a couple of substitutions coming in and out. So 7-10 game now. Serving is going to be Briley Ned out of Sealy, the senior. Taken in there by Morton. Great block there. Briley Ned able to get up there using all 5'11" of her height and send that one right back down where it came from. And a huge hit there. Antonia Chowan, the freshman out of Minnetonka, Minnesota. Who's going to be getting that point? This serve sent over by Noah. Good dig there, sends it over. And the block, and able to get the point. Believe that McKenna Murley was the one in the area of that block. Also around was Callie Jones. Trying the same play as before and able to get a similar result. TLU gets the point. St. Benedict was able to get a hand on it, but was unable to get it back up and in. Now serving is going to be Rochelle Guerrera. Guerrera, the 5'4" sophomore out of Brownsville. That's this one up, and hand was on it, and it was inbounds nonetheless. And so St. Benedict, after going down 3-1 in this first set, went on a 6-point run take a 7-3 lead and now leads 13-9. CLU sends it over, able to keep it up. Great job there by Hopert. And St. Benedict gets the point again, 19-14 your score. As it's gonna be Callie Jones serving this one. A fantastic point there as Zaria Solis, freshman out of Burnett. Is the one who gets the kill on that one. Respondic sends this one away. A huge block there. Play still going. And unable to get there in time was Briley Ned. Ned, the senior. Played in all but one of the sets last season for the Bulldogs. And expect her to be a big piece of this team throughout the year. Great job there by Respondic, able to keep the ball in play. And another huge hit, that one coming off of the hand of Mackenzie Novchinski, the junior out of Wilmar, Minnesota. As now we're going to have a timeout here as everybody collects their bearings, with St. Benedict leading 16-10 over the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs. As mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this is a St. Benedict's team that lost a good chunk of their quality players last season, or a good chunk of their quality players from last season. Of course, Emma Guest, who led the team in basically every offensive category last season, was a major loss. Another big loss, of course, Mackenzie McDonald, another big one. Paige Andrews, another key player that is no longer on the team. But additionally, including the loss of Denise Merrig, Carrion Callis not being on this TLU Bulldogs team was another pretty big loss comparing this season to last. So now the play has resumed. It's going to be Hoppert serving this one in. Send over to the right, and the big hit. And that one going to be credited as a kill to Nadia Dunn. Substitution here as Ridley Kelly comes on in exchange for Dunn, so Dunn going to get some water. Have not seen Faith Coldaway coming back in. Looks like it was a nosebleed that was the issue. And a huge hit there. Actually, no, St. Benedict able to keep it up. Fantastic job there, just trying to get the ball back over, and they do so. If they can come away with the point, that would be incredible. But this TLU team is not going to go down without a fight. Able to get it back over. TLU on the offensive and able to get the point there. It was a diving play by Callie Jones, but just unable to get there in time. But what an effort by this Benny's team after looking like they were basically down and out of that point, able to fight back and almost get there. Somehow able to get that one back over the net. And now with the ball, trying to go on the attack. Kept up the hit over. That one by Ned. And that point is going to go to Callie Jones. Jones, a sophomore out of Annandale. Jones was second on the team, or leads all returners in basically all of these stats that Guest was number 1 in. Kept back in play. Looked like it was going to trail out, so maybe a little bit of a mistake, and it is going to be an error that gives TLU the point. A couple substitutions here for TLU. Off goes Guerrera, and in, I believe that was Lozano Lamelli. Pushed over. A set and a great job there, as Briley Ned going to be getting that point. Serving is going to be Victoria Powell. That one going to be called in, and so it will be a point going to Emma Flanders. And Flanders going to be serving this one away. TLU keeping this one up, and a great block there for the point. That one, Mackenzie Knofczynski, the recipient of the point. Also in that area was Callie Jones. Both of them listed at 6 foot, and both of them using all of that height to get up and get the point. 14-19, the score here. And a huge play there. Knofczynski putting in work down by the net as we have another timeout. Knofczynski last season was second on the team, third on the team in terms of kills, second on the team in terms of returning players. And Kaylee Hoppert, the junior, who's listed mainly as a defensive specialist, has been doing the majority of the serving work, at least so far, for St. Benedict, wearing the libero jersey here today. The only non-Minnesota player, actually, on this St. Benedict team came out of Westlake over in the DFW area. And we do see actually the return here of Faith Coldaway. Coldaway led the team, or played in every single set that TLU was in last season. And so having her back is going to be critical. As, of course, the 5'5" senior, one of the bigger names on this team coming into the year. Flanders sends this one away. Coldaway going to be the first to get it. And a great play there as Siobhan Respondic, the one to get the kill. Off goes Respondic and Ryan Ellie. And now serving is going to be Julia Chu. Chu listed as the setter on the roster. Sends this one over. 15-20 your score, so St. Benedict 5 points away from the set. Not going to get 4 points away from the set, as that's going to be an error tagged onto Callie Jones. Jones last season did lead the team in terms of errors, hoping to not be continuing that this year. Coldaway able to keep this one up and sends this one over through Ned. Coldaway tried to dive after that one, but instead gonna result in a point for the Bennies. They lead by 5, 21-16 here in the first set. Serving this one away is gonna be Libby Burns, a sophomore out of Watertown. Pushes it over. Taken in by Morgan. Huge spike there by Callie Jones. Jones has been putting in a ton of work here today so far. And serving that one away was Burns. That one just a bit too far, sent out by Briley Ned. And a serving error there by Burns. Burns last season Burns last season leads the team in terms of returning players who had serving aces last year, but also had the second highest number of serving errors. Sorry. Leads all the returners in terms of serving aces, but led the team in terms of errors. That one a great play there by TLU to make this a 5-point game once again. 18-23 your score. As TLU proving that they may be down, but they are not out of it yet. Huge run over there by Hoppert as Coldaway has to dive to keep it up off the ground. Big hit and in for the point. I believe it was Chowan who was in the area. Chowan now coming off in exchange for number 16, Ingrid Noah. Noah, the defense, or Noah, one of the defensive specialists. This one goes off of Coldaway. She tried to move out of the way and let it go out, but instead it will result in a St. Benedict point and a St. Benedict set as they take the first one, 25-18. And so we're going to take a quick little break as the teams get repositioned, and we will be right back on the Trinity Tiger Network. Welcome back, everybody, to Webster Gym here at Trinity University, San Antonio, Texas, the home of this multi-day tournament that Trinity always hosts to start off the year. After the side switch, it's going to be St. Benedict here in front of the camera, closest to you. The closest player to you, Callie Jones, looking to be serving this one away. And for Texas Lutheran, they will be on the far side. Again, for the colors, St. Benedict wearing the white with the red numbers. TOU wearing the white with the gold numbers. And your liberos, Kaylee Hoppert wearing the red number 1. Faith Coldaway wearing the black number 6. This one kept up and over by Victoria Powell, and Powell able to get the point there. As TLU going to take the first point of this second set. TLU started out strong by taking a 2-point lead, 3-1 against St. Benedict, but then pretty much repeats of that happened as St. Benedict went on a 6-point run to turn a 3-1 deficit into a 7-3 lead, which they never relinquished. As that was Emma Flanders, the one to get credit for the kill. A little bit of a collision there between two of the St. Benedict players. Able to get it back over the net, though. Great diving dig there, and just out of reach of Ingrid Noah. As actually looks like there was something called there that gave St. Benedict the point. Good dig there by Hoppert. And now TLU with the ball. A huge spike there by Victoria Powell ties this one up at 2-all. So they're saying that it was an attacking error by Ned of TLU on that last point. A big block there by, I believe that was Lozana Lamelli. Yes, it was. And TLU going to be getting the point here. That one an error on the part of Flanders. And so now Powell going to be hitting this one away. Gets it up and able to get it over, but it ends up going out of bounds. Just rode the net a little bit too long, but even if it hadn't made contact with the net, I think that it would have ended up going out. Just a bit too much juice on that one. Sets Powell up for the serve yet again. This one taken in by Jones. And a huge hit by Flanders, able to be kept up there. Good spike and inbounds. That one going to Mackenzie Novchinski. Novchinski so far leads not only St. Benedict, but TLU as a team, or TLU as well in terms of kills. That point going to go to TLU. As a couple of subs going to be coming off and on. And the TLU serve taken in by Flanders. Errant whistle there by the official, I believe. And so we're going to redo the point. That one taken in there by Coldaway. Great job there by Hoppert on the dive, and they're going to call a net violation on TLU, which makes this a 5-4 game. Serving away now is going to be Emma Flanders. Lofted up and over there by Ned. Big hit, just a little bit too far there off the hands of Callie Jones. That'll be Jones's third error of the day. Tied for the lead in that category with Briley Ned of TLU. Speaking of Briley Ned, Ned's going to be serving this one away. Taken in on the dive and unable to get there. It was Sophia Morkin, one who tried to get the dig and just unable to do so. Ned, last season, actually didn't get a ton of serves relative to the rest of the TLU team, as that is going to be another point for St. Benedict. A couple players coming on, a couple players coming off for St. Benedict, as now serving is going to be Mariah Williams. No, sorry, is going to be Libby Burns. Coldaway keeps one up and just unable to get it to a teammate. St. Benedict brings us to a 1-point game. Burns, one of the better servers on this team, actually arguably the best server on the team. Gets this one sent over. Coldaway keeps it off the ground, and a huge spike gets the kill against Audrey Spoladoro. Off goes Burns and Knofchinsky for St. Benedict. This one going to be just a little bit too far out there, as looks like that is going to be an error against Coldaway. Huge block there, but inbounds nonetheless. Gives the point to TLU. TLU now with a 9-7 lead. And that one actually goes off the net there for Callie Jones. So I believe that's going to be an error credited to Jones. Jones last season again led the team in terms of errors. And that is going to be a service error against Respondic. Off goes Morkin, on comes Flanders for St. Benedict. Jones serving. Coldaway returns this one. And it will be a point awarded to St. Benedict. So 1-point game once again. St. Benedict has not led during this set. They tie the game here with a fantastic misdirection play. I believe that was Spoladoro, the one who got that point. And the game is all tied up at 10-10. Takes it over, and this one off of the shoulder looked like there of Callie Jones. Off goes Nadia Dunn. On comes Rochelle Guerrera for TLU. TLU now with the lead once again. The Bulldogs have led or been tied for this entire set. And this one falls on the TLU side of the net. Murley goes off. On comes Knofchinski. As we got a loose ball, gotta send that one back out of bounds. And serving is gonna be Kaylee Hoppert. Great block there by St. Benedict, able to keep it in play and able to send it right back down to take the lead. The first St. Benedict lead of the day for the Bennies. Gets it up and lofts it over. Great job there by Hoppert, able to keep it up on the dig. Tried to go for the second one and just unable to there. As this game will be tied up once again at 12-12 now. Again, this is a St. Benedict team that went 17-10 during the season last year. Fell in the first round of the MIAC tournament though, and a very tough loss considering that they had had a very, very good conference schedule up to that point, a 9-1 record before that game. Or sorry, a 9-2 record before that game. Before falling in, of course, the conference tournament. They lost 3-1. Pushed over, a great save there by Hoppert. Flanders with the big hit, trying to get onto the TLU side. They do. TLU staying alive. Great digs being made there by Hoppert. St. Thomas definitely the more aggressive team, and it pays off there as they get the point and take a 2-point lead, 14-12. That went a pretty long rally. I haven't seen a ton of those so far today. As now serving is going to be Victoria Powell. Tried to go over there and just went a little bit too far over was Spoladoro. So TLU going to take a 3-point lead here. Starting to get the momentum a little bit here for the Bulldogs. A great hit that ends up going the way of St. Benedict. Making this a 2-point game now. Now serving is going to be Audrey Spoladoro. Spoladoro, one of the more defensive-oriented players. As at this point going to, once again, be TLU's. The big block there up front as the Bulldogs unable to corral it, brings it back to a 2-point game. So Lisa Respondic subbing in for TLU. Sorry, subbing out for TLU. St. Benedict sends this one over and into the net. Antonia Chowan, the freshman. The pin unable to get this one over the net. And keeps this as a 3-point lead for the Bulldogs. TLU has not won a set yet. as St. Benedict won the first 25-18. That one went off the basketball overhang and ended up being a TLU point as they were just unable to corral the ball in time. Makes it a 4-point lead for Texas Lutheran here in the second set. We're going to take a quick break here on the Trinity Tiger Network, and we will be right back to finish up the second set whenever we come back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Webster Gym here at Trinity University and here in San Antonio. TLU going to be serving this one after taking a 4-point lead and make that a 5-point lead as Nadia Dunn able to fight through the block and get the point. 19-14 the score here for TLU as Ned going to be serving this one away. The good block there keeps this one alive, and St. Benedict unable to get there in time. It's the big hands of Callie Jones who was able to give Hopper a chance, but just unable to get back there in time after Hopper got the dig. This one goes through the hands of Sophia Morkin, and TLU takes now a 7-point lead. The largest lead, I believe, that we have seen so far today, as we're going to get another timeout. So we're going to take advantage of this timeout to take another quick break, and we will be right back after a minute and 15 here on the Trinity Tiger Network. Welcome back, everybody, to the Webster Gym here in San Antonio. Briley Ned going to be serving this one away here for the Bulldogs. Hopper returns the serve. And a great play there gives TLU an 8-point lead, 3 points away from taking set number 2 and tying the game up in terms of sets. Remember, St. Benedict took set number 1, 25-18. St. Benedict hits this one over. Coldaway returns it and just barely inbounds, out of reach of Hopper there. Looked very close to the line, and in to make it 2 points away from the set and a 9-point lead overall. Ned gonna be serving this one off yet again. Taken in there by Morgan. And that point once again gonna be going to TOU. 1 point away from taking set number 2 here. They have gone on a massive 7-0 scoring run. Hit over and able to break through the block was Callie Jones. Jones picks up her 4th kill of the day. Which ties her for 4th in the game so far in that category. A huge spike there, just out of reach of Morgan. Gives TOU the 25th point that they need. And that will be the end of the second set. So this game is all tied up at 2 sets apiece. St. Benedict took set number 1, 25-18. TOU takes set number 2, 25-15. And we will see who comes out on top in set number 3 whenever we come back from the break here on the Trinity Tiger Network. Welcome back, everybody, to the Trinity Tiger Network. Caleb Reed here, joining you for set number 3, for the start of set number 3. As we are all tied up at 1 set apiece. Huge hit there by Emma Flanders. Flanders, the first-year outside hitter, has been putting in a lot of work for this St. Benedict team. And it's been a fantastic addition to the Bennies as they take a 2-point lead. Hoppert sends this one over, and it's going to be a service ace. This one just too hot to handle for Briley Ned, and makes it a 3-0 lead for the Bennies. Make it a 4-0 lead. Is that one too much for Faith Coldaway? So Hopper, 2 straight aces. Can she make it 3? No, she cannot. TOU. The hit over, out of bounds. A bit too hard there by Ryan Ellie, the junior outside hitter out of Montgomery, Texas. TOU sends this one over. Dig by Hopper. Sent back over by Dunn. Novchinski able to knock Respondek down to her feet. And the point going to go to St. Benedict, who takes a 6-0 lead here to start this 3rd set. A massive run by St. Benedict, and something that this St. Benedict coaching staff talked about. Nicole Hess, in her 15th season with the St. Benedict team, sat down with Tiger Network just before this, or just before this tournament started, and was talking about kind of the strengths that you need to play to in order to break through a very defensive team such as this one. And it's really just a game about who can outlast one another in big games like this one. Discipline has been kind of the name of the game for this Benny's team coming into this matchup, and it's something that they've done very well so far. They have struggled a little bit with errors, but one of the big things that they have tried to do is get the ball away from Faith Coldaway. This one pushed back over, kept in bounds. The hit, and that one just a bit too much juice on it by Emma Flanders out of Paynesville, Minnesota. Substitution, off goes Nadia Dunn. In comes Rochelle Guerrera. Guerrera last season played in 72 of TOU's 103 sets. As TOU going to get their 2nd point here of the set. Makes it a 6-2 game, still in favor of the Bennies. Guerrera once again going to be serving this one. Kept up by Flanders. Flanders with the spike, blocked and out of bounds. So it will be a point going over to St. Benedict. 7-2 lead in favor of the Bennies. Serving this one away is going to be Spoladoro. Hopper the assist. The block and down. Makes it a 7-3 game. Victoria Powell now going to be the one serving as off goes Faith Coldaway. Coldaway was highlighted by this St. Benedict staff as somebody who they want to try and keep the ball out of the hands of as much as possible. And a huge block there, Kendall Lumoa. Andy Lozano Lamelli was looking at the wrong number 7 there. Lozano Lamelli, the freshman out of Brownsville, using every single inch of that 6-0 height. Dive not able to go through there for Guerrera. She tried to keep it up on the dig and just was unable to. And so that'll make it a 9-3 game. That kill by Novchinski. As multiple substitutions coming on now. So serving this one is going to be Julia Chu. Chu listed as the setter, the senior out of Cyprus. Big spike, unable to keep it in play was Guerrera. As that one got sent into the back wall. So a 4-10 lead in favor of St. Benedict. They won the first set, but lost the second. And so far leading here in the third. The big block by the Bennies forces TOU on the offensive. St. Benedict hits this one over the big block and the big point. Briley Ned and Andy Lozano Lamelli in the area for the block on the combined block. Makes it a 10-5 set. That one just a bit too hot. And Briley Ned sending that one over. Ned last season was second on the team in the majority of offensive stats. Of course, the majority of the majority of the lead in offense stats went to Morig before she, of course, left the team due to graduation. This one sent over, having to make a mid-air adjustment there. And just in play. Coldaway tried to dive after it, unable to there, as it gives St. Benedict a now 7-point lead. That one off of the net, able to get over though and put a little bit of pressure on TLU. Fantastic strike there. That was Callie Jones, the sophomore. Able to make a big spike and make it a 13-5, I should say, game. Dunn gets this one over. The spike and the kill going to Callie Jones. Jones has been great, particularly in this third set, but also has been good overall. Second on the team in terms of kills at 8. Also second in the game in terms of kills at 8. So far, Novchinski, the only other one. above her at 11. Pulled away. Over to Dunn. Dunn into the net. And that'll make this a 15-5 game as off goes Lozana Lamelli for TLU. On comes Brianna Salvatierra. Salvatierra Moore, I should say. Salvatierra Moore gets this one over to Torvey. And that one gonna be out off of the hand of, I believe, yes, that is gonna be Callie Jones. Salvatierra Moore coming off now. As Lozana Lamelli coming on. Or, sorry, not Lozana Lamelli. As that is going to be the point going once again, as it has for the majority of this set, to St. Benedict. A 16-6 lead for the Bennies, as Izzy Torvey, the recipient of that kill. The first of the game for her so far. Huge spike there, Zaria Solis, the freshman middle blocker, listed as 6'3" on the roster. She will now be coming off. Respondic comes on, as well as Ryan Ellie. Hit just out of bounds. McKenna Murley. No, actually, that was inbounds. The flag went straight up. And so, thought they were calling it out of bounds there off of Murley, but it is going to be a St. Benedict point. Fantastic dig there by Torvey, able to keep it up, and it will be a TLU point. No, sorry, a St. Benedict point. A lot of confusion going on up at the front of the net in those close battles. Dunn, the big hit. That one just a bit too far over. Too much power on that one, makes this a 19-7 set, and St. Benedict has really run away with the game here in the third. That one not high enough there by Kaylee Hoppert. Hoppert last season, 29 aces, but 25 errors. And it will be a 19-8 game now. Still in favor of the Bennies, obviously. Hopper digs on the serve. Great hit over there to the TLU side. Caught him looking. And despite the dive there by Flanders, TLU able to get a point to keep it within 10. Hopper able to keep this one up. The attack over off of the hand there of Novchinski. Hopper tried to dive after it and was just unable to. Novchinski during this game has been absolutely incredible. She was also great last season as well, as her and Callie Jones were the two leading offensive players. TLU the hit over, unable to get there in time. And so now TLU starting to go on a little bit of a run, a 4-0 scoring run here for the Bulldogs. As Rochelle Guerrera going to be the one serving this one over. Ace for Guerrera. A little bit of miscommunication there between who was going to be taking this one in, as now the Bennies call a timeout with this lead dropping it down to 7. We're going to take a quick break on the Trinity Tiger Network, and we will be right back here with action from the third set between Texas Lutheran and St. Benedict. Welcome back, everybody, to Trinity University. A neutral site match between these two teams as the Trinity season opening tournament is well underway at this point. TLU found themselves down by quite a considerable margin, but have clawed the scoring back here on a 5-0 scoring run. Make that a 6-0 scoring run, as it's now 19-13. Still in favor of the Bennies, but by a lot less than it was just a few minutes ago. Novchinski hits this one over. Great dig there by Respondnik. Novchinski again, great block by the duo there of Guerrera and Ned. I believe that Ellie was also in that area. And so now, after a 7-0 scoring run, TLU within 5. Great dig there. Gets this one back over. Dig by Torvey. Strike Torvey once again able to keep this one over. And out of bounds off of Respondnik. Official had to kind of shimmy out of the way of that one as the ball went flying over his head. Off goes Torvey, on comes Antonia Chowan for St. Benedict. A little bit of a pause in the action here, as I believe that is TLU head coach Phyllis Fowler talking with the official. Of course, in getting ready for this game, got to speak to the St. Benedict coach. And we're just talking about this team in general. Of course, it is still a very early part of the season, but there's head coach Nicole Hess, who said that she's very excited for this team, looking forward to seeing what they can do. Bit of a high learning curve, but a lot of the returning athletes are strong returning athletes. And they prove why right there, able to finally break a 7-0 scoring drought. And make it 7-2 now. And St. Benedict trying to go on a little bit of a run themselves. cleaning up the floor just a little bit after that dive. Still trying to get it all cleaned up. Looks like they were trying to figure out where it was. And now the score at 21-15, St. Benedict just 4 points away from taking their second set. That one in for TLU. Briley Ned has had a fantastic third set so far. As she climbs up the kills leaderboard, now leads TLU in that stat with 8. Markshire's tied for third in the game. Ties her with St. Benedict's Emma Flanders. And now serving is going to be Julia Chu. Great dig there by Hopert, but not able to be enough there as the TLU Bulldogs go on the offensive and make this now a 4-point game. Was a 1.12 in favor of St. Benedict. But since then, the Bulldogs have really started to clamp down on the Bennies. This one lofted over, and a fantastic kill by the TLU Bulldogs makes this now a 3-point game. Texas Lutheran not out of this one yet. That one a service error into the net for Chu. Chu, the senior setter. Second on the team with 451 assists last season, but also had 15 serving errors. Powerful spike there. Zaria Solis, the freshman out of Burnett, brings this game to once again within 3. Going up against Libby Burns. Now Ned sends this one over to Jones. The big strike there, up and out of bounds. As St. Benedict going to take a now 4-point lead. Off goes Chowan for St. Benedict. Dig by Ned. The strike over. Good dig there by Coldaway. Great block there. That was Murley. Attempted dig there by Jones. Went to where there wasn't a teammate. And this game is back to within 3 points. First time this game that both teams have had 20 points in a set. St. Benedict just 2 points away from ending the third. Cannot make it 1 point away, as that one just a little bit too far off. Ava Hirschfeld, the freshman setter, the one who came on in exchange for Chowan just a couple of plays earlier. That one, not enough juice on it there, falls off the front of the net. As off goes Noah for St. Benedict. And on comes Flanders, I believe. This one taken in by Jones. The strike by Murley. As that is going to be a huge play there by Nadia Dunn, keeping this a 2-point game. As on comes Siobhan Respondnik. And before we get the serve, we are going to have a quick little timeout here. St. Benedict 1 point away from the set, but Texas Lutheran 2 points away from tying this game. We'll see who's going to be able to come out on top in the third when we come back on the Trinity Tiger Network. Welcome back, everybody, to the third set. Back underway here as Respondic serves this one away. TOU lofts this one over, kept up, and bumped over there by Flanders. Respondic sends this one over to Jones. And Flanders off the top of the net goes out of bounds. This is a 1-point game. And so after leading by over 12 here in the third set, St. Benedict finds themselves still 1 point away from tying. That one finally put down by Flanders for the 25th and final point of this third set. TOU did a great job fighting back. They came so close to bring it to within two, or well, really to bring it to within one, but just not enough in the end. As St. Benedict going to take set number 3 and take a 2-1 set advantage. And we will see how the fourth set plays out whenever we come back on the Trinity Tiger Network. Welcome back, everybody, to this, what has turned into a fantastic matchup between Texas Lutheran and St. Benedict. Here from Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas. St. Benedict took the first set 25-18, TLU the second 25-15. And then after kind of getting beat around a little bit in the second set, St. Benedict came back and really started to light up, going on a very, very impressive run to lead by double digits at one point during the third set. TLU came back, made it close, came to within one at one point, but eventually ended up falling 23-25 to end the third. A great strike there by Nadia Dunn of TLU to give the Bulldogs their first point of the day. Players on the far side being relative to the current sitting position of myself and the camera, have done very good to start so far. As to start this match, they have won every set. St. Benedict ties it up at 1 apiece with a fantastic kill there. This one going to be a service ace going off of the hands of Briley Ned. St. Benedict taking the 2-1 lead. TLU hoping to tie the game up in terms of sets at 2 apiece. St. Benedict hoping to avoid a 5th set tiebreak. This one sent over by Flanders. The big strike, that one coming off of the hands of Victoria Powell. Just a bit too much gas on that one. Makes it a now TLU, or no, sorry, a good hit. My bad. Makes it a 3-2 game in favor of St. Benedict. TLU passing around, now able to get it in with the great spike by Ryan Ellie, the outside hitter junior out of Montgomery, Texas. Now serving for the Bulldogs going to be Julia Chu as this game is tied up at 3 apiece. A great effort play there by Kaylee Hoppert as she ran back and dove for it, just unable to do so. So now TLU taking the 4-3 lead. It's been a very back and forth 4-set to start. Hopper with the dig. The send over by Chowan. Great dig there. And went off of the outstretched arms of Lozano Lamelli there. And now serving for St. Benedict going to be Emma Flanders. Flanders third on the team so far in kills at 9. Fantastic block there, as that was Mackenzie Knofczynski along with Callie Jones in that area. Flanders sends this one over, a very high pass. Flanders with the dig. The hit over, inbounds, a huge strike there by Callie Jones. Jones, the sophomore, has been absolutely fantastic. Started as a freshman and was highlighted by Coach Hess as a very dynamic player, can kind of do it all. This one out of bounds off the hand of Zaria Solis. A bit too hot to handle there, as Guerrera passed it over, was unable to get it into a stable hand, and that will result in a TLU timeout. So we're going to take a quick break here with St. Benedict leading 8-4 over the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs, and we will come back from the fourth set whenever we come back on the Trinity Tiger Network. Welcome back, everybody, to Trinity University here, San Antonio, Texas, and the Webster Sports Forum, your home for this neutral site matchup between St. Benedict and Texas Lutheran. TOU finds themselves trailing both in the set count and in this fourth set, as St. Benedict has gone on a massive charge to start this one out. If we do end up going to a fifth set, St. Benedict will find themselves very comfortable, as last season they had 6 fifth set games, fifth set matches, winning 5 of the 6. Their only loss in extras, or in extra sets, coming at Puget Sound back on September 1st last season. St. Benedict started very strong last year, but a rough end of the year resulted in 4 straight losses, including a first-round exit to St. Olaf in the MIAC tournament. And the team just found themselves struggling overall in the month of November last year. So far doing pretty good for themselves, as they lead 10-6, was 10-5 before that last point. Unforced error there by McKenna Murley means that TOU will retain possession of the ball. Faith Coldaway serving. Hopper was the one who dug out the serve last set. Sent over there, Coldaway. The dig in just a little bit too low there in the stance with Spoladoro, unable to reach over in time. And so now TLU, they go on runs like this. We saw it during the second set as well as during the third, as they're now gone on a 3-0 scoring run to make this a 2-point game. Great dig there by Coldaway. The strike by Dunn, the great block there. McKenna Murley, 6'2", out of Eden Valley, Minnesota, the sophomore, putting in work and getting the massive block to re-extend this lead and break that 3-0 scoring run by TLU. Serving now is going to be Ingrid Noah. Noah, the sophomore out of Lino Lakes. Poked up and over. A little bit of miscommunication there on the TLU side. Another great block, as that was a fantastic strike. Zaria Solis in for the kill. And these softball players incredibly excited. Not softball, volleyball. Sorry, softball was the last sport that I commentated before this. And it has been a little bit, so still shaking off the rust. Doing the same thing that the teams are doing here during this season opening tournament. St. Benedict going to be hanging on to the ball here as they lead 12-9. The Trinity versus Cortland game has just wrapped up. So if you're just joining us from there, welcome in. Also going on right now, men's soccer. As Trinity University also hosting a tournament. As I believe it is Methodist currently leading 2-1 over the Southwestern Pirates. So we're going to get a brief timeout here as St. Benedict continues to lead 14-9. And if you are just joining us here from Trinity's 3-set victory over Cortland, welcome in. To be a fantastic game from what I'm looking at here on the score page. And this has been a pretty good one as well, a very back and forth one. And if you're just joining us, we're going to give you the recap right now. St. Benedict got the first set of this game, 25-18. TLU then responded with a very dominant 25-15 second set, but St. Benedict really jumped out to a huge advantage in the third set. They were leading by double digits at one point during the third, and then it just started slowly slipping away from them. TLU brought it back to within one at one point. 24-23, and St. Benedict able to get the third set. So the final score of the most recent set, 25-23, and that gave St. Benedict the 2-1 set advantage that they currently have right now. TLU trying to hang on and fight back, though, as they bring the game to within 4 points. Trying to come in is Rochelle Guerrera in exchange for Nadia Dunn. Guerrera has been one of the main servers so far here this evening and was around 4th or 5th on the team last season. So getting a lot more work this year as she's definitely refined it over the summer. That one a huge strike that Hoppert is just unable to hang on to. And brings this score now to within 3. Guerrera sends it over. The attempted block there still goes over the hands of the Bulldogs. And what a strike there. Emma Flanders has been doing a ton for this St. Benedict team. He's been really a triple-headed monster of an offense between Flanders, Knofczynski, and, of course, Jones. Callie Jones leading the team so far in terms of kills. All three of them over double digits in the category. Coldaway was going to get that dig, instead taken in by Respondic. Fantastic dig there by Noah. TLU getting the point back. They bring it back to within 3. Serving this one away was Victoria Powell for the Bulldogs. The send over by Flanders. Huge strike, and going to be going the way of TLU. Went off of one of the bennies. Wasn't able to see who. There were about 3 or 4 in that general area. Powell going to be serving this one away yet again. 15-13 your score. Service ace for the bennies. Sorry, for the Bulldogs. As that one went off of the hands of Noah. Whistle here as Coach Hess going to take a timeout. And we are going to take a quick break ourselves here on the Trinity Tiger Network. TLU trailing by 1. They have gone on a 3-0 scoring run to claw this deficit back. And we will see what they are going to be able to do whenever we come back here from Webster. Welcome back, everybody, to Trinity University, the host of a fantastic game so far. A fantastic match, excuse me, between these two schools. TLU, the strike over, able to keep it up. The big dig by both schools, really, ties this game up at 15 apiece. Powell going to be serving this one away. Taken in by Jones, a strike over. And Knofczynski, the long distance kill there. The sniper kill in the corner. Retakes the lead for St. Benedict. The serve there by Spoladoro. Results in the TLU point there. Couple substitutions, Respondic and Ellie coming off for TLU. Serving is going to be Julia Chu, the senior out of Cyprus. She sends it over, taken in there by Jones. Both officials whistled at basically the exact same time there. And after the foul, it's going to be a 1-point advantage for TLU. Make that a 2-point advantage there. As the unforced error off the net. Online scoreboard just a little bit behind. We do apologize about that. That one punched over there by Flanders. The big strike by Ned is going to result in a 3-point lead. TLU going on the attack. Flanders with the dig. Picks it up. Jones sends it back over. The big strike, unable to be hauled in there by Spoladoro. And after being down by 2 or 3 at one point, TLU has taken a 4-point advantage here over the Bennies. So far a little bit of a trend during this match. No team who has been on the close side of the gym, the close side being the side closest to the camera and the commentary position that we're in right now, has won a set. It has always been the team on the other side of the net, on the left side of the official. And that team at the moment is TLU. St. Benedict won the first and third sets. TLU won the second. And so far, they lead the fourth. A 20-16 advantage here for the Bulldogs, who went 20-8 last season, 10-4 in conference. In neutral site games, they had an 11-6 record. So the majority of their losses last year did come from neutral site games. They did not lose a single home game, so they do a lot better at home, kind of struggle a little bit in non-friendly confines. The big strike and the big block there by Knofczynski. She breaks a 5-0 scoring run that TLU had enjoyed, and gives Emma Flanders the ball here, trailing by 3. Guerrera takes this one in. The big strike there by Solis. Blocked and back in the hands of TLU. The dig unable to go. Audrey Spoladoro tried to get there and just could not. And now Nadia Dunn going to be coming in exchange for Rochelle Guerrera. Serving is going to be Briley Ned. Ned, the senior, listed at 5'11" out of Sealy. St. Benedict handles this one clean, but the attack there by Kaylee Jones into the net. Jones so far today leads the team in terms of errors, also led the team last year in terms of errors. 145 last year, 9. Make that 10 so far tonight. Jones gets this one over into the waiting arms of Coldaway. The strike by Solis is down. Spoladoro tried to get there in time, unable to do so, and now TLU 2 points away from sending this one to a 5th set. Again, St. Benedict did very well in 5th sets last season, a 5-1 record when going to a 5th. And it looks like we may be going to one here, as now TLU just 1 point away from sending this one to an extra set. 24-17 your score. TLU enjoying a 7-point lead as they serve this one away. Taken in there by Morgan. Had a little bit of trouble on the reception, and that is going to send us to a 5th set. A powerful strike to end the 4th set. And we are all knotted up after after 4 sets at 2 apiece. We're going to need to go to a 5th here. Just a reminder, in volleyball, it is not a race to 25 in the 5th. It is a race to 15. And so we will see who gets to 15 first whenever we come back on the Trinity Tiger Network. Welcome back, everybody, to Trinity University here at the Webster Gym, host to what has turned into a fantastic match between these two schools. St. Benedict won sets 1 and 3, Texas Lutheran 2 and 4. And now we get ready for what promises to be an incredible final set between these two schools. Coming over from the Trinity Cortland game, welcome. Looks like it was a fantastic game. Also going on with action tonight is men's and women's soccer. The men's game currently going on is Methodist and Southwestern. Southwestern leading 2-1 at the moment over Methodist. As Trinity is once again hosting a lot of tournament matches over the course of this weekend. So, score resets to nothing. First to 15. And we will see who will come out on top of this tournament match. As we do continue to have a little bit of stoppage, some conversation going on between the officials, I believe. And now we're finally ready to play on. Respondek sends this one away. Taken in there by Flanders. Great job there by the TLU defense, able to keep the ball alive. But that one, a great offensive strike. McKenna Murley. Murley, the middle blocker, 6'2" out of Eden Valley, Minnesota. This is an almost all Minnesota team, and a team that is showing their strength early on in their season. Flanders the strike, and the kill going against Briley Ned. St. Benedict on a 2-point run here as they lead 2-0 in the 5th. Serving this one is going to be Kaylee Hoppert, who sends this one directly into the net. Hoppert last season when serving had 25 errors, 29 aces. The leader in terms of serving errors was Callie Jones. She led both in regular errors and serving errors. So now this game tied up at 2 once again. Guerrero going to be sending this one off. The send by Flanders. Now the big strike by Ned is going to result in the kill, and TLU taking their first lead of the 5th set. This has been a back and forth set, back and forth match. As Guerrero once again going to send this one over. Flanders the hit. Great dig there by Coldaway. Ned once again with the send. This one over by Flanders. Great block there up front. That was Spoladoro in there. And it will result in a TLU point. So after going down by 2, TLU leads by 2. A 4-0 scoring run here for the Bulldogs. Herrera sends this one over to Flanders. Flanders back to Spoladoro. The strike by Jones. Huge hit there as Hoppert had to make a dive for it and was just unable to keep it in play over to one of her teammates. We are going to get a St. Benedict timeout here. And during this timeout, we're going to take a moment to mention some more of the big players on this team. Of course, Audrey Spoladoro, another very important player to be highlighting, the 5'11 senior out of Cottage Grove. This is a team that lost their best player last year in the form of Emma Guest, but overall has been doing very, very well for themselves, returning a lot of experienced players. Of course, Spoladoro, who was one of only 2 players alongside Guest to play in every single set last season. Knofchinsky and Libby Burns were just 1 off that mark, but also bringing back a lot of veterans such as Brooke Andrews, of course, Kaylee Hoppert, and Callie Jones. Guerrero going to be sending this one over, taken in by Hirschfeld. Flanders pushes it over, and now the force. That one, a fantastic play there by Spoladoro. The 4th-year senior has been starting on this team every single year. She's been a Benny. And is just a very dynamic player. Overall, according to head coach Nicole Hess, another big play there for St. Benedict, brings this game to within 1. St. Benedict breaking the momentum that TLU had built up. A huge strike there by Solis. And St. Benedict going to take advantage with another big strike of their own. They tied this game up at 5 apiece. Neither team willing to back down. This may be a season opening tournament game, but both of these teams are playing it like it is the most important game of their lives. And in this moment, it most certainly is. The serving error gives TLU the lead and gives the ball to Victoria Powell to serve this one away, taken in by Jones. Over to Flanders, who is unable to get it over the net. TLU takes a 2-point lead. Flanders, so far today, that'll be her 5th error on the day, but she has made up for it with 13 kills. Huge strike there by Chowan. But an even bigger one by Ryan Ellie, the junior outside hitter out of Montgomery. As now we're going to swap sides. An interesting trend to note from this game, the team that has been closest to the camera, closest to us in this position on the right side of the official, has not won a set yet. So it'll be very interesting to see if that trend continues, because if it does, that would mean that it would go in favor of St. Benedict. They would have some work to do to try and bring it back, but if they can do it, would be quite the game. 8-5 the score in favor of the Bulldogs. Flanders with a huge strike to get her 14th kill of the night. Whistles as now Flanders comes off in exchange for Ingrid Noah. Noah gonna be serving. The deep send, just a little bit too deep there. Noah last season kind of struggled on her serves, 5 aces to 9 errors. And now brings up Julia Chu to serve. A high dig, but Knofchinsky once again using that height, using that power to get the point and get the ball back, most importantly for St. Benedict. They still trail by 2. Now serving is going to be Libby Burns. Burns unable to get that one as it goes just a bit too far. Nadia Dunn now going to be coming in exchange for Rochelle Guerrera. Briley Ned going to be serving. A little bit of movement here as Knofchinsky and Burns come off for St. Benedict. Hopper is back on. Julia Chu talking to some of her teammates there, trying to make sure they stay back behind the line, making sure that the TLU team doesn't end up getting a penalty. This one is going to be a big point, I believe, via Callie Jones. Coming off now is Antonia Chowan. And serving is Izzy Torvey. That one into the hands. Actually, off of the hands of Torvey. Faith Coldaway was the one to receive that serve, and now Coldaway going to be the one to be serving it off for TLU. TLU 4 points away from taking the victory here. The dump off by Jones. Chu gets it over. Now Jones, the big hit, able to stay in play. Big strike, and St. Benedict almost had it back. Murley and Jones tried to keep it up as long as they could, but just lost track of the ball. And now 3 points away from victory is TLU. We're going to get a stoppage in the action here as St. Benedict trails by 4. We'll see what both of these teams come up with. TLU trying to maintain their lead and their win. St. Benedict trying to close the gap. And we'll see who comes out on top whenever we come back on the Trinity Tiger Network. Welcome back, everybody, to Webster Gym and Trinity University. Coldaway gets this one off to start. Chu dives for it, unable to get there in time. Looks like it was Callie Jones, the one to earn that kill. So now the game back to within 3. St. Benedict trailing once again. Jones sends it over to Coldaway. Dunn, the hit over to Hoppert. Just a bit too hot as Hoppert unable to handle it. TLU 2 points away now. This has been a back and forth set. No team has won a set, or no team has won back-to-back sets. That one just barely makes it over the net as it was Respondic with the serve. Respondic over to Ellie. Respondic back over to Ellie. This one goes into the hands of Torvey. The hit by Flanders off the net and going to be a point for TLU. 1 away from taking victory here in the 5th set. Respondic to serve. just a bit too hot. Almost hit the bar there, the emergency exit. That would have been an interesting delay. Actually, I'm not seeing a flashing red light, so it doesn't look like they're armed at the moment, which is very fortunate. 4 points away from victory is St. Benedict, or 4 points away from tying, I should say. Responded the serve over to Ellie. Off of the hands of Hoppert, and that is going to do it. It may have taken 5 sets, but Texas Lutheran comes out on top in an absolute thriller. 15-10, the score of the final set as TLU wins 3-2. In terms of the overall statistics, waiting for the online scoreboard to update before I start going through all the stats, but what a fantastic game overall by both teams. The TLU Bulldogs out of Seguin, of course, didn't have to travel very far. St. Benedict coming all the way from St. Joseph. They played an incredible game. The Bulldogs, maybe a little bit of, or maybe a bit of home court advantage, as they definitely enjoyed some familiarity on the Trinity courts. Of course, getting to play them here in conference every year. This is this was the final volleyball game of the night. Men's soccer will continue with Trinity versus Hendricks. That game should have already kicked off, actually. And hearing that it hasn't kicked off, and so looking forward to seeing who will take advantage and win that game. All the Trinity players, of course, excited to be starting off their season at home. Again, this is the final volleyball game, but don't worry, we have plenty of action tomorrow, as there will be 4 games of volleyball. Trinity versus East Texas Baptist, going to be the first of the day. That one's starting at 11 a.m. All of these times are, of course, Central. Trinity versus ETBU at 11. St. Benedict versus Cortland. That one going to start at 1:15. Then at 3:30, TLU versus East Texas Baptist. And finally at 6 to end off this incredible volleyball tournament, Trinity versus St. Benedict. That one going to be at 6 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. Also some action tomorrow. Women's soccer gets their season underway with a game against Occidental. And also at 6 p.m. on Sunday, they will play against Hardin-Simmons. Men's soccer wraps up weekend action at 8 p.m. on Sunday with the Trinity men against Methodist. We're not going to go through the stats for the game. An absolutely fantastic offensive performance by really both teams. A 3-way tie for the most kills on the day between Callie Jones and Emma Flanders of St. Benedict, as well as Briley Ned of TLU. Nadia Dunn with 13 kills as well, and Mackenzie Knofczynski with 11. So all of them with double digits. A very great offensive performance by them. In terms of digs, in terms of the defense, it was a great day for Faith Caldaway with 21. Also need to shout out Callie Jones with 19 on the St. Benedict side. So overall, a fantastic game. And it's one of those games where it's kind of a shame that somebody had to lose. But either way, TLU comes out with the 5-set victory, winning it 3-2 here from Webster. That'll be it for me. Again, make sure to tune in to the rest of the action tonight, as well as all of the action tomorrow morning and afternoon here on the Trinity Tiger Network. And I hope to see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and have a great night.